Okay, so let's get started. We'll start in a comfortable seated position. So do grab, it's quite nice to have a blanket or a cushion, or sitting on the edge of a block. And then come to a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you. If you'd rather have your legs here, then you can have your legs there. Take a few moments to settle into the space. Soften your shoulders down the back. Come into your body this evening. Close your eyes. Relax the muscles in your face. Give your jaw a wiggle. Notice if you're holding any tension in the jaw and just wiggle to release that. And then lift lightly through the crown of your head and soften your shoulders down your back. And come to your breath. And just take a moment to notice how the breath feels this evening. Where you can feel the breath. Perhaps in your belly or in your chest. Maybe even down into your hips or up into your shoulders. See where you can feel your body responding to that increased capacity as you inhale, and the deflation and softening as you exhale. I invite you this evening to adopt a sense of curiosity in your practice. Curiosity in the body, curiosity in the mind. Curiosity in your energy, and also curiosity in the labels and expectations that you may have around those labels, perhaps even subconsciously, that hold you back in certain ways. So continue to breathe, perhaps starting to lengthen your breath now, just bringing increased levels of oxygen into the body and relaxing fully with your exhale. After your next exhale, I'm going to lead a short pranayama, so it's 4-part breath. And so I'll count and you follow as I count. If you are sort of breathing slightly out of time with me, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is if you have equal counts. So it's 4 parts. We inhale, hold, exhale, hold. All right, so with your next inhale, count 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And then release the pranayama. And let your belly and your breath return to its natural state. And just take a moment to focus on the effects of the pranayama. Great. And then drop your chin to your chest. Allow your shoulders to roll with the chin, so broadening through your upper back. And then as you inhale, lift your chin up, but keep a length in your cervical spine, so not dropping the head right back. Exhale, chin to chest. Draw the belly button slightly back towards the spine, so the torso is moving, not just the neck. Inhale to lift the chin high. Exhale, chin to chest. Concave slightly through the belly. Inhale, lift the chin. Bring your head back through neutral and then gaze over your right shoulder. Bring the head back through center and gaze over your other shoulder. Bring the head back through center and take that one more time on each side. Bring your head back through center, drop your left ear to your left shoulder and lengthen that right arm away, perhaps pressing your fingertips into the floor, just releasing tension from your neck this evening. Bring the head back through center and then drop the right ear to the right shoulder, extend the left hand out. Release, bring the head back through center and then take some circles with the face. So imagine you are drawing a circle on a plate with your nose. So rather than taking these really big circles, we're just drawing this lovely neat circle on a plate in front of you. And then take those circles in the other direction as well. Lovely, release your head. And then take your legs out into a straddle position, doesn't matter how wide. And again, if you want to keep your prop to sit on, then do. If you want to make your prop bigger, then do. So come to a straddle position and we're thinking about externally rotating the upper thighs and allowing the pelvis to maybe tilt forward a little, and your prop can help that happen. Knees drawing up towards the sky. Take your right hand down your right leg and lean the left arm up and over. Stretch the side body. Great. Float back up through center. Take your left hand down. Float back up through center. Right hand extends down the right leg. Nice, lean. Back up through center and the left arm down. Rise back up through center. And then from here, toes pointing up, we're going to take the hands to the floor and just see how far you can come. So we're thinking of lengthening from the back of the neck, keep the chin slightly tucked, and you can pull your hands towards you to help that length through your spine. Spread your toes, draw the shoulders down the back and the belly in towards the spine. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Again here. Good to think of the expectations that we have on our bodies. So perhaps if we're particularly active or we are young and fit, there's an expectation that we should be able to come down to a certain level. And actually, we change every day. So those expectations will never be true from one day to the next. And also just because we might be active or particularly fit doesn't mean that flexibility or range of motion needs to be really big. So just notice, and that goes the other way as well. Perhaps like if you are tired or feeling like you should be able to reach a certain posture, but actually if you're tired, it's worth listening to that, but perhaps trying it anyway. Coming back up into your straddle position, and then bring your feet to the floor, hip distance apart, and just windscreen wiper your knees side to side. So dropping the knees down one side, then the other. Allow your hips to sway as well. And deep breaths. And then leave your knees down to the right hand side and take the left hand round towards your right hip. Press the hands into the floor, lift the crown of the head away, and then gaze over your right shoulder. Think of the twist coming from your belly button. Deep breath here, inhale. Exhale. And then come back round through center, drop the knees over to the left hand side, take the right hand round. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. Notice the stretch in your waist and your belly. And then gently find your way back through center and lift your feet off the floor. If you're on a prop, then just remove your prop. Lift your feet off the floor and take your hands underneath your knees. Spread your toes, lengthen the spine, broaden your shoulder blades. And if you want to here, you can take your hands away, and also you can lengthen your legs if you want to. Just keep that nice long spine in the chest, drawing towards the thighs. Take one more breath here. And then slowly find your way, as slowly as you possibly can, down to lying. See if you can come all the way down to lying in one smooth motion. Doesn't matter if not. And then hug your knees into your chest and gently rock side to side. Massage out the muscles in your spine. Take a deep breath here. Exhale to release. Bring the feet, soles of the feet up to the sky, knees towards your armpits, bend at the knees. Hands can come either to your calves or your ankles, or maybe the outside edge of your feet. And lengthen one leg, then the other. Just gently easing into the backs of the legs. And then bring the knees back into a bent position. Flex the toes and rock gently from side to side here. Deep, nourishing breaths. So despite any labels that we might place upon ourselves, which means that we can or can't necessarily do something, for example, perhaps if you want to have a nap in the afternoon, but you feel like, but I'm an active person, I shouldn't be napping in the day. It doesn't mean that you're not an active person. It just means that perhaps your body needs it in this moment. And so giving yourself permission to go there and do it. Great, come back through stillness and then bring the soles of the feet together. Keep your hands where they are and bend the knees out. So you're pressing the knees out in front of you and drawing the feet in towards your body with the soles of the feet touching. Deep breath here. So like we would in Baddha Konasana, but drawing those feet in. Lovely. Release the legs and bring them up towards the sky. Soles of the feet pressing up for waterfall position. Ankles over the hips. hips. Knees can be bent, no problem. Take 3 deep breaths into your belly here. So deep, nourishing breaths. And after your third exhale, take the right ankle across the left thigh. Right hand comes through the eye of your needle and the left hand comes around to either the back of the knee or the front of your shin. Clasp the fingers and then gently rock side to side or be in stillness, your choice. And you can press your right thigh away from you with your right elbow if you want to accentuate the movement. Figure 4. Lovely, then release and take the left ankle over the right thigh. Left hand through the eye of your needle and draw those legs in. Keep the toes nice and flexed and the whole of your spine resting back against the floor. So if you find your lumbar spine or sacrum is popping off, then just gently release the legs a little further away from your body. Awesome. Release your figure 4 position. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Bring your head up towards your knees and give yourself a big hug. Make yourself into a ball. And bring your feet to the mat, about hip distance apart so the heels are close enough to your hips. And then with an inhale, lift from the bottom of the spine up vertebra by vertebra towards your shoulders. And as you exhale, roll the spine back down again. Inhale to lift, starting to channel energy up and down your spine. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale to lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the hands behind the legs. So option here to roll over to one side and find your way up to seated, or rock and roll your body along the mat. Your choice, depending on your energy. And we're going to come up and meet in boat pose, so the way we came down. Nice. Take as many goes as you want. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So use your core for support. Deep breath here. And then take the soles of the feet mat distance apart, and you can use your hands one behind or one in front, however you want to get there, to come into Malasana. So the feet are at an angle and the palms together at heart center. Elbows on the inside of your thighs, drawing the knees out behind you. If you want to roll up your mat to support your heels, if they're high, then go ahead. You can also sit on a block underneath the hips to take any pressure off the knees or ankles. So make it work for you. Take the left hand down in front of your left foot and open the right arm up towards the sky. Spread the palms. Perhaps give the fingers a wiggle. And then bring the hands back through center. Take the right hand in front of your foot and open the left arm up. Deep breath. Maybe give the fingers a wiggle. Bring the hands back through center. And then take the hands to the floor and lift the hips, drop the head, lengthen the legs and heel toe the feet to mat distance apart. Bend your knees nice and deeply for this first forward fold. And just allow your upper body to be loose. Perhaps take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale with a sigh through the mouth. Take your hands to opposite elbows. If you want to sway in a figure of 8 like a rag doll, then go ahead. That feels nice. Then release the hands. Bring your hands to your shins. Come to a flat back position. Bring the weight slightly forwards in the front of your feet, even if it feels like you're going to tip over forwards. Just find that balance point and use your core. Roll the shoulders down your back. And then draw up your belly button and just a gentle opening and broadening through your collarbones, stretching through the backs of the legs. As you exhale, round the spine, bend the knees slightly, chin to chest. Inhale to open and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, round the spine, chin to chest. Draw your belly button back towards the spine. Inhale to open. Exhale. 2 more here. And then come back through neutral after your second exhale. Engage your core, keep a little bend in the knees and rise up to standing with a flat back, palms touch above the head, and exhale the hands through your heart center. Release your palms and just give everything a good shake out. So shake your hands, your legs, your hips, take everything out. And then gently find your way back to Tadasana. So feet hip distance apart. Raise your toes, spread them out wide. Place them back down again. Lift through the arches of your feet. Engage your core. Engage your thighs. Draw your belly button in towards the spine and the outer ribs in towards your sternum. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and down the back and lift through the crown of your head. So feel nice and strong and secure in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. And with your next inhale, raise the arms up overhead, bring the palms to touch. And exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, drop the right foot back and drop your right knee. Untuck your toe, rise up, Crescent Lunge. Take a moment in Crescent Lunge. So notice if you're dumping into your lower back, and if so, squeeze that front foot and the back knee towards this imaginary center line. Lift through the crown of your head. Draw the floating ribs in. Keep that left knee over the left ankle. Lush. And then lengthen the left leg and bring your hands behind you. Bow down over your left leg. Inhale, bend the knee and come forwards. If you want to pad out your back knee, then go ahead. Exhale. Lengthen that leg. Inhale, bend the knee. So here, moving with your own breath between these two positions, use your core for balance. Think of your body floating through the air. Soften your edges. Find that sense of your own unique fluidity. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale. And then next time you come into your bent knee position, bring the hands to frame your front foot. Turn your left foot so that it's at an angle, 45-degree angle. Right hand underneath your right shoulder and drop your right hip. So leaning towards your left knee. Draw the shoulders down the back, broaden your collarbones, gaze over your left shoulder. And then bring that left hand back to the front and step the left foot to the outside edge of your mat. So lizard position. We're going to take some little circles into the hips here. If you want to, you can tuck your back toe and lift your back knee or keep the knee down, your choice. Think length from the crown to the heel. Little micro bend in the arms. Lovely. And then keep your right hand where it is bend your back knee and either stay here or take your left hand to meet your foot. If you've got hold of your foot, press the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Think of that opening through the left shoulder. Use your foot as a lever. Great, and then release the foot, both hands to the floor. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Take a couple of pulses here, forwards and backwards. And then step the left foot back into plank position. See if you can float it back. Great. Drop the knees. Again, we're going to pulse forwards and backwards here. Keep a micro bend in the elbows. So just keeping that lovely movement through the upper body, working into the core. And then next time you come forwards, hug the elbows into your ribs and bring your chest low. Inhale into low cobra. So hands beside your ribs. Draw the shoulders in. If you want to turn your hands out a little so that your middle fingers are at an angle like 45 degrees, then go ahead. And keep the chin slightly tucked. Peel down, exhale, and as you inhale, peel back up again. Exhale, peel down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, come down, tuck the toes, push up and back into downward facing dog. Deep breaths here in downward dog. Bend the knees as much as you want. Lift the tailbone high. And think about each one of your knuckles pressing down into the mat. And your armpits smiling at each other. So you're wrapping your shoulders around your wrists. And rather than pressing down into the chest and the upper back, think more about integrity from your hand to your shoulder and your shoulder to your hips and lifting those hips up high. Doesn't matter if your heels are off the mat or if your knees are bent. And with an inhale, raise your right leg up and back. Doesn't matter how high, spread the toes pointing down to the floor. And exhale, take the foot through the hands. Drop your back knee and tuck your toe. Lift up. Crescent lunge. Deep breaths. Just notice if you're holding on to tension in your shoulders or in your upper body or in your face. And if so, just give it a little shake, give it a little wiggle, release. And then come back to that firm but soft around the edges position. Inhale here, and then exhale, float backwards, lengthen the front leg, and bow down over your leg. Inhale to bend the knee and lift. Exhale, glide down, lengthen the front leg. So again, moving through these two positions. Feel free to pad out your back knee or make any adjustments that are more comfortable, that make it more comfortable. It's always nice to use props, and again, you have permission to do anything that serves you in your yoga practice. So just because I'm not teaching it, or if you never use props, doesn't mean that you shouldn't use props. Props can be a really lovely guide into your practice and can really give another dimension. One more breath here. And then next time you come forwards, take both hands to the floor. And then keep the left hand down, turn the right foot out, and drop that left hip down to the mat. Lengthen the right arm behind you towards your toes and gaze towards your fingertips. Deep breaths. Great. Bring the right hand back to the mat and walk the right foot to the outside edge. And take your lizard circles. So just gently rummaging around in your hips to find that extra bit of space this evening. That extra bit of release. If you want to lift your back knee, go ahead. Great, and then keep your left hand planted, bend the back knee and draw that right hand round to meet it if it's there for you. If not, you can make the shape or stay here. Deep breaths. The more you press your foot into your hand and your hand into the foot, the more of an active stretch it is into your quads. Great, bring that right hand back to the floor. Lift the back knee, pulse forwards and backwards here. And then we're going to step the left foot to the outside edge of the mat for Malasana. So coming back into your Malasana in any way you want to get there. Lovely, lovely. So Malasana, we're going to take the right arm in front of the right foot and open the left arm out. If you're here and you want to wrap your right arm around, so bring the upper arm around that right leg, and the left hand can come round to meet it in a bind, or maybe grab a piece of your clothing, or use a strap. Deep breath. And then release. Bring both arms up and bring the hands down together at heart center. Left hand in front of your left foot, open the right arm out. And then option to take a bind here or stay where you are. Your choice, see what feels good. It might feel different on this side, so just ease your way in. If it doesn't feel right on this side for any reason, then you don't need to do it on both sides. Great. Release the arms, bring both arms high, palms touch, and then draw your hands down through your heart space. Elbows on the inside edge of your thighs. Maybe pushing your legs out a little further if there's space to do that. And then take the hands to the floor, lift the hips, drop the head, heel toe the feet into hip distance apart, and cascade your upper body down over your lower body. So this time, if you feel ready in your hamstrings, you can lengthen your legs. But if that causes any discomfort in your spine or your hamstrings are still feeling particularly tight, then just keep your knees nice and bent. Give the head a gentle nod. Give it a little shake, real softly. And then bring your hands to your shins, flat back or above your knees to the thighs. And inhale to open, drop the belly button slightly. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale to open. Exhale, round the spine. So moving through these two cat-cow positions, keeping the weight just slightly forwards in the front of your feet. Nice. One more breath here. And then come back to your neutral position, engage your core, little bend in the knees and rise up to standing, palms touch above the head. Exhale the hands through your heart center. Now take the feet about mat distance apart and sway over one shoulder then the other to really release into the spine. Lift your opposite heel. Let your arms flop. Stay with your breath. And then release the arms and gently find your way back into Tadasana. Find that lift through your arches, and as you do so, perhaps noticing a subtle engagement of your lower abdominals as you lift up through your arches. Feel Tadasana, take 2 breaths. And then after your next exhale, inhale, raise the arms up overhead, and exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins. Exhale, the left foot back. This time keep your left foot at a 45-degree angle and the knee off the floor. Bend into your right knee and then use your core to sweep on up for warrior 1. Awesome. So left hip tracking forwards, right hip back. At the same time as that right hip comes back, the right knee stays bent over the ankle and the left outer edge of your back foot is really pressing down into the floor. If that's just not there for you, you can lift your back heel. Raise the arms up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then take the right hand to your right hip crease. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the left hand. And exhale, lean over to the right hand side. Stretch through the side body. And then come back up through your neutral position, and we're going to take a circle with the left hand. So drawing that left hand down, and then behind you and up towards the sky. And then take it all the way down to the floor. Come onto the ball of your back foot and raise the right arm up into a twisted side lunge. Again, think of squaring off the pelvis. So left hip forward, right hip back, and the right knee over your ankle. Awesome. Both hands to the floor and step the right foot back into plank position. Drop your knees and sit your hips down and back into child's pose. So take some deep breaths in child's pose. Soften your body to the earth. Surrender your body to the earth. Either be still here in child's pose or maybe gently rocking side to side. Again, exploring what feels good in your body. Even if there's a certain posture that is like a nemesis, or we don't normally do it because of one reason or another, because we potentially attach labels or ideas to that one posture or to ourselves or our bodies that mean, oh, we can't do that, or we shouldn't do that, or I don't want to do that. Sometimes it's really useful to just let go of all those preconditioned ideas and thoughts and just give something a go. Just lean in and see where you get, whilst being really mindful of your body, really mindful of your journey. There's so much freedom in releasing previously embedded ideas or thoughts and just stepping into the unknown for a moment. And take 2 more deep breaths here. And then after your next exhale, press the hands into the floor, lift the elbows, engage through the armpits, and then rise up, tuck your toes, and step up and back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in downward dog. And raise the left leg up and back. Toes point down to the floor. Exhale, take the left foot through the hands. Turn the right toes towards the right front corner of your mat and rise up, warrior 1. Again, draw the floating ribs in and lengthen your tailbone. Check in with your alignment in your warrior one. So feel your body in space. Deep breath. Notice if you're clenching your toes, and if you are, see if you can relax and spread your toes. And then take the left hand to your left hip. Inhale, raise the right arm up, and exhale, lean to your left hand side. Deep breaths, find space through the body. So always thinking space. And then gently float back up, and we'll take a circle with the right hand this time. So reaching the arm forwards, down towards the floor, and then back behind you. Maybe you want to look for your fingers as you do. Raise the arm up to the sky, and then take it down next to your left foot. Come onto the ball of your back foot and open the left arm up into a twisted lunge. Again, sit that left hip back this time. Micro bend in your right elbow. Length through the crown. Then take the left hand down to the floor and step the right foot forwards into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold down over your legs, and then heel toe the feet to mat distance apart. Sit the hips down and back into Malasana. Your yogi squat. Get maybe having a little wiggle here. Again, a little rummage into your hips. And take your left hand down in front of your left foot and open the right arm up. And take that right hand down behind you, press the hand into the floor and lift the hips, liberate through the body. Great, bring the hands back to meet. And take the left hand in front of your left foot, your right hand, your other hand in front of your foot and open the left arm up. And then take that hand down behind you and lift up. Press the hips up, micro bend in the elbow. And as you come out, press into your hand to lift out of the shoulder socket and find your way back into your yogi squat. Great. From here, we're going to use the core to roll back onto our glutes and lift the legs for Navasana. Lovely. Great. Maybe see if you can lengthen your legs. Lift the chest, spread the toes. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor, mat distance apart. Hands behind you, press the fingers into the floor and lift the hips up. So fingertips facing towards your heels. And sit the hips back down again, lift the feet. Navasana. Do that once more. Hands behind you, press the feet into the floor, lift the hips. Maybe if it's really okay on your cervical spine and you have no discomfort, you can drop your head back. Just be conscientious of your body. And to come out, roll back down with your neck, lift the feet, Navasana. And slowly as you can, find your way down to supine in Navasana. So really, really slowly lengthening out. See how slow can you go. And then hug your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor, mat distance apart, hands beside your body, fingertips facing your heels. With an inhale, lift up from the base of the spine, moving through each vertebra to reach your shoulders, and exhale, peel back down again. Inhale to lift, finding space in the body and clearing those channels of energy through the spine. Inhale to lift up and exhale to lower. Next time you lift up, we're going to lift up through each vertebra And then stay put, interlace your fingers behind your back, shuffle the shoulders underneath you, press the feet into the floor, keep the knees hip distance apart. If here you want to make a shelf with your hands, you can bring the palms in towards your spine and the fingers wrapping around your hips. And then if you're here, you can lift one leg then the other. You can do that from this position as well, if you want to. So see what feels good. If you want to here, you can take your left ankle over your right thigh in figure 4, and then take that through the other ankle too. Have a play. Nice. Maybe coming onto your tippy toes. And then when you're ready, release all that fun stuff with the legs, release the shoulders, and just gently replace the spine through your vertebrae. And when your whole spine reaches the floor, windscreen wiper the knees side to side. Deep breaths. Awesome. Bring the knees back through center, and here we're going to either come into waterfall, like we did at the beginning, or press the hands into the floor and lift the hips up, and then as they come up off the floor, you can take your hands to your back to encourage your legs up to the sky for shoulder stand. In shoulder stand, gaze straight up over your toes. Don't look at me, don't look anywhere else, just gaze right up over your toes. But your choice, if you want a more chilled out inversion, then do take waterfall. In either waterfall or shoulder stand, you can do fun things with your legs here too if you want to. So splitting the legs, bending the knees, or even moving the legs into a straddle position from either of those two positions. See what feels good. See what your body's asking for. Maybe it's complete stillness and just focusing the breath up over the toes, gaze aligned. Maybe that's what you need this evening. Take 2 more deep breaths here, wherever you are. And then when you're ready, if you're in shoulder stand, really support your body as you come down. Bring the hips down to the floor. And if you're in waterfall, hug the knees into the chest. We'll bring the arms out in a T position at shoulder height and take a deep inhale here. And exhale the knees over to the left-hand side. And either gaze up at the sky or over your right shoulder. If you want to, if your body feels like you want to accentuate this twist, then you can cross your top knee over your bottom knee. So like you're sitting cross-legged at a desk. Great, then bring the legs back through center. Perhaps take the feet to the floor to realign your spine, give the hips a wiggle. Hug them back in and roll your knees over to the other side. And again, take your variation on this side. So either crossing that left leg over or keeping the knees open. As you breathe, notice your muscles expanding and stretching. And softening and contracting and perhaps going a little bit deeper as you exhale. And draw the knees back through center. And lengthen your legs out along your mat. Bring the arms beside your body with the palms facing up. Close your eyes. Let every muscle in your body be loose and your breath be natural and relaxed. Feel the grounding earth energy represented by the floor that you lie on, supporting you, carrying you, keeping you safe, nurtured, nourished. And then feel the air against your skin, soothing you, and bringing light, movement, lifting you up towards the sky, up towards the clouds, liberating your entire being from any restricting labels or expectations or ideas about yourself that hold you back. And allow your energy to settle as your body integrates the practice on every level. I'm going to finish today with the breath that we started with at the beginning. So as you lie there and breathe, let my words count the breath and follow with your own rhythm. So with your next inhale, count 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, and then let your breath return to its natural state. Feel the effects of the pranayama. And then slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Perhaps rolling your head from side to side. Just really slowly bringing movement back in. Maybe taking the arms overhead and stretching from your fingers to your toes. Or hugging your knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a big hug. Maybe with the eyes closed or with a soft gaze. Find your way up to seated, mindfully, slowly, gently. And we'll meet with the hands together at heart center. I'm going to finish today's practice with a short poem, a short quote. Let go of preconceptions. Give yourself permission to use your experiences as if they were clay, emotions like paint, music like rain. Let go of preconceptions to ask questions and invite the energy of the world to transform it into a moment of peace. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale with a big audible sigh through the mouth. And then bow your head to your hands. Namaste.